Hello to anyone listening. My name is Peter Clutton, and I will be your moderator of sorts for this commentary. I am joined today by my fellow members of cast who were the main lineup for this episode, and if they could now introduce themselves in whatever order they see fit, frankly, because this is the last commentary.
We should have organised an order.
I'm Stephen Boyle and I play Leon.
I'm Alexander Clowes and I play Jaiku.
And I'm Andrew Soutar and I played Dust.
Sorry, Andrew, can you say that one more time? I couldn't quite hear you there.
I said I'm Andrew Soutar and I played Dust.
Excellent. Yes, now, obviously, we're slightly lackluster in our beginning, but I think that's true to form with this rather more free-flowing version of the commentary, in theory, anyway.
Richard, someone must have been there. How else would the borders be drawn?
So, well, we begin, frankly, with a bit that none of us are in, so we could talk about whatever we want at the moment, really.
Just fantastic drawing and Microsoft Paint work going on here.
You're saying that the Steel Country was invading and expanding as aggressively as they
yes,
could.
I don't think Microsoft Paint was actually playing much part.
It was
yeah.
who was it that did the drawings for this again?
That was Graham Clark, who played Gauntlet in the episode.
Indeed it does. Which is why I dug a little deeper.
Yes, all the clearly hand-drawn stuff is from him. Okay, yeah, there's Microsoft Paint in front of you just now.
Wood country, paper country, steel country.
Oh, well, actually, okay, sorry, the text was from the editor later. The lines were expertly computer hand-drawn.
Computer hand-drawn, there's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one.
Yes, well, it was my hand on the mouse.
Oh, look, a person.
Ground convergence is in the Steel Country, at the place where all the roads meet.
Gravitas.
Why does everyone wear sunglasses?
Steel Country took it for their own after those
No one else wears sunglasses.
Oh no, Dusk.
Dusk is just wearing glasses, they just turn into sunglasses.
That's still sunglasses, man.
No, it's different.
No, those were sunglasses. I didn't have much reactions to that point.
Well, it occurs to me that when Alzak and Dusk are face to face to each other in conversation, they both have an endlessly repeating reflection.
Oh, such a beautiful place.
Now there's the entire basis for an episode in itself.
Yeah.
Never mind
They each create a spiraling void of the other.
There's nothing like backstory explaining everything that's going to be relevant for this episode.
And all the silly voices, most of which done by Michael Page.
Users of chakra, but not
See, I like how the Scottish guy. I remember his name. You think I'd remember?
Angus
his name.
McGruff.
McGruff, yeah. I was always thinking MacGuffin. We never see him with a shield, I don't think, in the show. He's got one right there.
They wanted to help but couldn't. The future sensei were moved by their story and gathered.
To be fair, I never saw any of the original stuff,
The
so
forests are a vital part of the ninja land. There must be a way to provide.
I just know of
We're sitting on
McGruff
the
from
solution, laddie. A huge
this
body of water.
little
All we need to
backstory
do is
part.
dig a few underground tunnels to get the water from here to the forest.
Yeah, well, obviously we had to make allowances for the very small percentage of our audience that hasn't seen the entire backlog.
You do better.
That's obviously what this entire section is all about.
Wasn't I meant to do this?
I got logistical problems.
Wasn't I meant to do the voiceover for this part?
Yeah, I believe I was going to have you do it. I think at the time where you were, you didn't have a microphone in hand.
Yeah, I was on my laptop and it would have been drowned out with the background noise.
Oh, we could have maybe worked that in somehow.
Michael does love that Scottish accent.
Yeah,
We solve a tree shortage by cutting down a few trees.
More power than all the others combined.
Yeah, I'm on
Some fantastic right in there.
I think on reflection, I maybe didn't need to write out all these individual complicated plans that they had at such length. But
Yeah, think
we live
about
and
it.
learn, hey?
When a ninja dies, their chakra just disappears.
Just glad it didn't end up
What
being
if
the
we could
vast
use that
majority of this
wasted
1 hour
energy
and
to feed the
12-minute
But to
episode.
implement such an idea would require a technique more
No
powerful
wonder
than
the
this,
episode runs
maybe
so
all
much
of
longer.
us.
It's
And
just because
so
of the starting
Future
bit and the
Grand
pictures
Sensei
of Michael.
Well,
Until they gave in.
yes, no,
Well, to be fair,
I-
pretty much this
How did they
entire,
go beyond
like,
the limits
large
of their own
sections of this
chakra?
episode is people explaining
It's
stuff.
said that the four together were much greater.
Why
than the sum
such
of
and
their
such is
parts.
happening, what we
You
need to
don't
do for
mean
such and such, and some
The three
majestic
legendary sensei and the Grand
photos.
Such and
Sensei
such.
share the rarest of connections.
Pretty much.
Tetraform.
God, I can't believe it was.
A combination
How many years ago
of
was
four
this?
types of chakra, which balance each other
One,
perfectly.
two?
split across stuff that happened a couple of years ago, I'd say.
Terrific force.
Probably the best.
Yeah, but even this
That's
episode was released a few 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, we're just a little past 2 years that this episode was finished. So,
Water of
yeah,
vitality.
between 2 and 3 years ago, I think is the best
The burning light
Best
of the
estimate.
heavens.
best estimate.
Radiant sun.
Jeez.
Let there be light.
And some fancy little
With this,
production
they
there.
created the life
Spinning
seal,
circles.
empowering
I
the
call it
earth
a
and the
Stargate.
land to absorb the wastage
Yeah, it
of
is
fallen
very much a
nature to
Stargate.
feed the forest.
Yeah. To be honest, I think
Why did God
my main
tell this to you?
I think the main reason I ended up using that
seal's
was
final
was
purpose,
sort of
to open for
indirectly
drifting
thanks to you,
souls and
Alex,
allow them to pass
because
on
there was a
peacefully
point where you
their gift to the people
you
of that island.
out of the blue kind of suggested
That's
that,
it.
that I watch
makes no
Shakugan no
sense.
Shana,
Oh,
Even if the myth
yeah.
is true.
and
How
there's
would
a
Gun
lot
know
of there's a
about
lot of revolving symbology in the opening
Easy.
sequence for that.
Gun
Yeah.
and Dine
That's a
are
good
the sons
series.
of
I need to
Agap.
watch
Yeah,
it
it
again.
kind of stuck in my head.
I need an airtight way to get
Oh, well.
rid of Alzek's soul.
See,
So, there you go.
I
Thank you.
helped.
In the years that have passed, the land around the lake has been
Nothing like ninja television.
shores inhabited, but the nameless island at its center remains, and so does the life seal.
And now we need it.
And that's us
We can
coming
end
up on
this.
7 minutes and 30 seconds of
First, you
explanation.
have to take us to the life seal.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
We're at question mark.
Yeah. Well, where we are at is at the end of the prologue finally, so we all appear.
Yay.
You know,
And this will probably be the coolest we appear throughout the entire of the series. Slow motion walking towards an endless sea, which
Well,
has an end.
Look at you go.
I think we've got we've managed to get sort of placebo coolness off the orchestral Zelda music in the background.
Ah, I missed my
Come
hair.
on, look at that swagger I've got going.
wouldn't really be trusted at all.
I was cool without the music. Wasn't it when you were recording?
Look at you,
the-
look at you stand, your
I know,
Superman
I know, I know.
stance.
Hands on hips, like a cool guy. I was much thinner back then.
Oh, but Steve, you've got your one hand on the hip pose, so you're really wanting to do the full Superman, but your character is too sort of too sort of
Earthbound.
ambivalent to fully commit to it.
Wasn't it during the recording of one of these tide changes that you lost a camera in this production?
Don't know what you're talking about. Never happened. Not a thing.
That must have been when I wasn't around at that, I tell you.
No. Nobody else was around. It wasn't a full filming day. Well, okay, there was one person, Graham, who did the artwork for the prologue, was around. So, yeah, he pushed it. I tell you. No, we foolishly left the tripod set up at the end of being able to record the tide. Didn't reckon with the wind, and the wind reckoned with us.
Yeah, I've tried recently to get that headband around my waist again. It doesn't even come close to touching anymore.
This is the point where a good leader would offer you the chance to turn back. Leader? If I know anything.
Well, as we'll be seeing later on,
I know I
when
can't do this
when
without
Alex
each
needs to
and
find a
every
new
one of you.
costume, he bloody finds a costume.
When I think about all
Well,
we've
it's
been
what
through,
happens. I mean, I've spent years collecting clothes that I
What?
wear and then never throw away. So I always have something weird and
Leon,
something
are you
unusual
with
to
me?
stick on.
Of course.
In fact,
Dusk,
the
are you
new
with
series
me?
I'm doing with
Why else would I be
Michael Page is the first time
As a
where I
yes.
haven't supplied my
Jakku.
own costume,
What about you?
which is
J-
really
Jakku.
unusual for me.
Jakku?
Staring
bring
off
my
into
own
the
beard.
distance. Hmm?
I bring my own beard.
Yes, yes, you do.
And once upon a time you brought your own hair, Steve, but now I own that.
Yeah, now
Are you with
you have full control over my hair.
You're not?
I hold a version of yourself from 2 to 3 years ago in a bag now.
Fine. You've all
And
made
that's
your
not
point.
creepy in the
Speech
slightest.
is over.
At least none of us have to use the beard.
Yeah.
Well, once upon a time I had one for you, Andrew, but that one should be thoroughly
intro
cremated
time.
by now, probably.
Everyone looks good in an intro.
Slow motion walking, always great.
Absolutely.
Now the thing is,
Oh, we were
didn't
just
actually
getting
have
started
access
with-
to slow motion technology, so that's just us walking really slow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's us running, also really slow, but not intentionally.
The funny thing
Oh
is,
yeah, that was always I liked that. That always turned out so well. The jumping over the camera.
yeah, I think
Yeah, and you
Yeah, how many
all
times did that
laughed
take?
at me when I made you do it.
was it-
You all scoffed. You all slanted your eyebrows and said to me that it looked ridiculous. And it did at the time.
yeah, back when we did that opening bit, I actually had longer hair than in the rest of this episode, so I had to have it tied back in a ponytail, if I recall.
Hmm.
Actually, my hair was nice that day.
My hair's always nice.
Ah, the memories.
Yeah,
If,
seriously.
if only I had a buttocks to fill those jeans.
Hey, if you want, I'll give you some of mine.
That'd be great. I'll take some of your waist as well if you want.
Bloody skinny ass.
Waste as in the stuff that's around his middle. You're not going to take out his bins for him.
No.
Well, I wouldn't mind that either.
Oh, yeah, you know. All the help.
You like it?
That bandana just doesn't do anything for my hair.
You've just got like a massive cowlick going on
I
there.
know, I know. I look like one of the cutesy anime female characters with a wee bit of hair.
Cutesy anime female character is never a phrase I would use to describe you.
Clearly,
Yeah.
you haven't seen how totes kawaii I am.
Although, to be fair, Steve was probably the only one of our group who could fit into the stuff that cutesy anime females wear.
Yeah,
there
but
you go.
that's because he's practically malnourished.
I just was constantly hoping that Senpai would notice me throughout this production.
Okay, I'm out, guys. you can do the rest of this by yourself.
I'm just laughing along here because I don't know what you're quoting.
You don't want to know.
Are you sure
I'm just
it's there?
quoting the internet.
I never thought to ask.
What would you do if I said no?
Jakku,
I
such a
read the
kidder.
minion's last thoughts when I took it from him.
You and your crazy tendency to steal everything that you can get your hands on.
One of the most powerful medicines in existence.
Yeah, that doesn't
Made
change.
from a tree now
ever.
extinct from the wood.
It's lucky that you know all the explanations for everything
I know, right?
in film and in real life.
Oh yes, it seems
Hey, are you calling me a know-it-all?
almost too incredible.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
but you
okay.
know that.
Look at where we're at the centre of the Free Nations, Jakku. True grand convergence.
Such beautiful landscape.
This is a good day for
Day seems like a good day to teleport. To the other side of the island!
Well, yes.
And so they
And
walk.
occasion- Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Oh no, that was me.
This episode is like the Lord of the Rings. There's just so much walking.
Yeah.
I look at you with judgy face.
Look, ninja graffiti.
I just want you to know I'm walking past you, but I still don't like you.
This place is ruined.
Yep.
Oh no, it's a real mess.
You and gun.
And all the henchmen he can muster.
Typical Scottish island.
Slaughter.
Graffiti and destruction.
He needed guinea pigs.
You took their souls.
You can see everyone in
Fed them
Peter's
to the life
glasses.
seal.
You can see everyone and everything, and some things that aren't even there, according to the story.
I remember that so many takes that we had to redo because we'd end up getting caught in the reflection of your sunglasses.
Hmm. I mean, we'll keep the conversation focused around this stuff, but for the follow up to this, there's an in-universe explanation for the anachronistic things that appear in Alzek's glasses.
About 8 hours.
Look forward to that.
He's already
Oh
so
god.
much was last time. I remember thinking,
Nothing like
so boring.
what's
Retcon.
yeah, retcons to explain so many things.
Well, there's
Well,
plenty to
yeah,
choose from.
retcon / maintenance, I suppose.
Where's Dusk?
Where's Dusk?
He's ran so far, he's gone to a forest that isn't even on the island.
Dusk. Anyone?
Yeah, amazing being able to run away from the thief.
I,
Appear
only
them
ima-
actually?
I just imagine at this point, like we turn around to each other and go, no, where's Alzek? He's literally just gone. He just ran. I don't know where he is.
Brooding Dusk.
Son of bleeding dudes.
Or sulking, brooding.
Oh, I don't have those shoes anymore.
I probably still have those shoes that I'm wearing still, because I never seem to throw any of them out.
Well, you can't really when you collect all your costumes.
Oh well. Is it still handy if they're virtually unwearable?
Well, to be fair, I
Potentially.
still got my Jack costume, but there's no way in hell I'm fitting back into that.
Oh well, you know, it's going to be handy for for like the autograph sessions that you get booked for and things like that.
I can just imagine it. MCM 2016.
Yeah, I forwarded you all those fan emails, right?
Wait, what? I have fans?
Why didn't you
No,
tell me?
It was just emails about a sale on fans. That's all it was.
Oh, now I'm sad. You make
I
me
just have an
sad.
image of you standing at MCM in your Jaiku outfit with your belly hanging out.
Oh, God.
You're like, who wants to sign?
Oh, God.
I sign your things.
I don't want to be William Shatner.
Yep. Hey, there's worse people to be. Gone.
Gun!
Oh, why did we not do that?
I think that would have probably broken some sort of fourth wall.
Good.
We save that for the end.
Ninjas, the re-spin-off sequeling, The Wrath of Gun.
The Ninja's Electric
Oh, come on,
Boogaloo
is he?
2.
Is Gun not completely and totally dead by now?
Well, he was supposed to be the first time around.
Yeah, but you know what villains are like, they're never ever really dead.
I don't know.
Ah, look at that. Another Alzek.
And he even doesn't look as pale as you do. There's some good lighting.
The
No,
better
really,
camera.
look! See?
Yeah, it's a better camera.
Left nothing to chance.
Yeah, one.
Only one of the
I was
things you
gonna
saw
say
was
it's
an
like
apparition of Data Core.
one recording was from
The other
before Alzek's
was a
trip
miracle.
to the Bahamas.
He doesn't have glasses.
Oh.
He's your opposite.
Well, the Bahamas might be in here somewhere. You know, we've slotted in a couple of extra locations that aren't on the actual island we're supposed to be filming already.
I am upset at you. You're wearing the same colour shoes. They should have been opposite coloured shoes.
And he really should have a goatee. I mean, every
Yep.
opposite has to have a goatee. Or if you already have a goatee, you should be clean shaven.
Well, look, if Steve had given me his beard as well as his hair, then that sort of thing might have been possible. But no,
No?
Banish it.
I have to
There's a
work with
pen.
what I've got,
You
and
could
what
use
I've
the
got
pen.
is a face that refuses to grow a beard.
So it was all
To be fair, I've got the same problem. My face only grows a goatee. The minute it tries for a beard, it just falls apart.
Do you
Oh,
Which is
any
quite
idea?
sad.
you You mean that thing that covers your face on, you know, as Jaiku? That isn't just part of your face.
No, that's to hide the shame of a lack of a full beard.
I thought that was just how Alex grows a beard.
He has no hold over me anymore.
It's quite...
No, you make up for that wonderfully by growing a fantastic moustache.
Mwahahaha. All the more for me to maniacally laugh at people.
And somehow I cast you as the villain.
What is it with that reading walk that you do? You literally are just like swaying so much.
Who, Alex or me?
Alex.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think I must have given you some specific direction. Alex, you must sashay.
Sashay away.
I think it's more of one of those kind of thinking. I think when I did it, I was, you know, okay, I'm looking over this, I'm reading this, I'm thinking about it. How do I think? I sway slightly.
Does that really matter?
It's kind of what jogs the mind.
How can I put across to the viewers that I'm currently thinking? I'll do the thinking sway.
The thinking
Everyone
sway.
thinks we think with our hips, you know.
Yes, of course.
No, you think with your brain.
Oh, maybe that's where I've been going wrong.
There we go, a little bit of ninja magic.
There we
he's
go.
lost his hair.
Yeah, I cut it off. That's what I
If
just
you look in
did.
the corner of the screen, you can just see me packing it away in a bag.
Oh, I steal everything.
Hey, hello! I'm running!
I'm just surprised I managed to keep my hair length consistent.
Nice.
I'm assuming my beard length has changed
Nothing.
multiple times
fine.
throughout this as well.
Isaac, if he's run away, this could be a trap.
I was relying on the stark change in
Let's go
your
back to
hair,
the
Steve, to
mainland.
distract anyone
this is all
enough
a
to
bit
make them
too
forget
much
about any
for him.
slight inconsistencies in any other hair, facial or otherwise.
Patrick.
Is this really it?
Character.
Patrick's his ninja magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
The magic of still affecting the plot even after he's gone.
Right beneath us. I
Go
didn't even
on,
wipe
go
my
on,
feet.
sword. Yeah, just hold it there. It's not actually in anything. Just hold it.
Hey, Steve, this is vitally important.
Once I
Don't
create the
let
script,
go of that
I'll
sword.
match it
Yeah.
with the chakra
Let
clause,
no one
we'll be
know
good to
that
go.
there's not actually in
Till then,
anything.
nothing to do but wait.
God, I hated trying to speak for that damn mask.
Excellent.
Sorry, what?
Now let's
Trying to speak for that damn mask, I hated it.
Don't overpower me.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
You all forget
Ah.
any trust you ever had in me.
Not. But yeah, it's one thing. My
you in the
character
morning.
just wears masks constantly, and it makes projecting your voice a nightmare to do.
Hmm.
So many
Yeah, I
times
think-
after these filmings, I'd go home and I'd have to, you know, rest my voice because my throat is actually killing me.
Yes. I think most recently the new mask that you got for your costume after this was so insulated that I just asked you to pull it down for every line, I think it was.
Yeah, there was no way I could actually get my
'cause
voice
you
across.
were, it was properly like Bane with that mask.
All that matters is the mask.
You merely adopted the mask. I was born in it, raised by it. I didn't know clean air until I was already a man.
Right, I think we've decided what the rest of this commentary is going to be.
Yep.
What, me and Bane voice?
At
yeah.
this point, he was smoking a pipe.
Bubble pipe.
Yeah.
So dark. Wasn't it?
Yes.
Wasn't when we were recording this when we met that interesting traveler on the island?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is it's not something we get to say as often as we'd like to.
Yeah, for the people at home, basically during one of the recording sessions we had on the island, there was a man who was traveling around the whole of the coast of the UK.
What an unexpected pleasure. Is it my turn again?
His name was me.
His name was me.
And that isn't a joke, his name was actually me.
Very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
What do you want
Just
to
telling the truth.
Nice guy.
Seriously? Good enough.
Had a few good talks, good ideas.
Gave us berries.
Very berries. Some fancy green screen action going on now.
So, yeah. Sometimes I look at it and go, may as well have just done it in front of a red screen. Yeah.
It's it occurs to me.
Quickly, we'll do green screen. What's wrong? We need to have a red screen behind us. Ah. Yes. I see.
The symbols on his jacket, that probably wouldn't have worked.
Different shade of red, you're alright.
Probably not.
You're alright.
Personally though, I would have enjoyed it if you had a green pop on and it just kind of blended in with the green screen and occasionally his torso just disappears.
Yep. Yeah, that's us. I mean, I think that's a bygone age. You know, we never make that kind of mistake with the keying anymore. Yeah. No, I take your point. I mean, green screen is essentially, you know, it's a little cloth of potential. You could replace it with anything. The bounteous vistas that the imagination can spout, and we decided to replace it with a primary color.
But you can't say that those two took the considered approach.
Well, to be fair, this section is just entirely explanation of backstory.
Yeah, we tried to sell it.
Oh look, sky.
And this
More
brings
circles.
us neatly to your last question, the one you're just dying to ask.
The regal eye. The amulet that
Here it
took my
comes.
mind. How does it work?
Please. For all its power, the regal eye can only bend your will in the direction that you're already facing.
You're not suggesting.
I don't need
Big
to.
plot twist.
You know your own mind, Elzek. You know that you came to me willingly.
You're lying.
I'm not
I can
lying.
hear your mind affirm it, even if your face denies it.
Are you going to answer me? How does the amulet work?
You've come so close to
Steve
figuring
wants
it
out of
out,
the door.
and I know the last clue that you need.
I love how we've just stopped talking and now we're listening to the.
Yeah, we're just.
Yeah, just like.
It's because none of us can remember what the plot is.
There was a plot?
You'd think with all the explaining, is my hair even shorter there than it
Yes,
was?
it is actually. I think.
I just keep going into corners and cutting hair. Just be like, nope, not short enough. Nope, not short enough.
The ninja, the spin-off, the sequel. You're just gonna be completely bald. Shaved it all off.
Oh yes,
It's
yes.
gone.
So
Like
it won't
all
be
of
the
it.
ninja, it won't be the
Beard,
ninjas at that
chest
point. It'll
hair,
be the avatar.
Eyebrows.
Yeah, at least you'll be good at giving them directions.
Bruce
Look
Willis
down,
can
look
pull it
right.
off, so can I.
Finish your goddamn sentences.
Just hitherto unachieved. I'm afraid so, but there really is nothing you can do to stop it.
Is it just
See, we're
impossible
still-
for Alzek to finish sentences?
But that
But we-
means.
And
But
yet we're still listening intently, even though he's not actually finishing it enough to give any information away.
Nope.
But if I go to. And then I.
Soylent Ninja, it's people! Soylent Ninja is people!
What's happening?
I don't know, I'm so confused.
Planned this all along. Leon, please.
Well, I just woke up in the morning and decided I really don't like this guy.
And now suddenly I'm just like, yo, I don't trust anything. I'll hold you down.
Now.
Oh. It's Jaikuin time.
Yeah. I think I had to place a reasonable degree of trust in you guys' hands to pull this scene off without causing me physical injury. And I'm sure it must have been tempting, so thank you.
Hey, not as much as what I did with you guys later on in this episode.
That's
Which
true.
will come to
And then we dropped you.
Posing
now we're getting
time.
to the exciting stuff.
Yeah, the one weakness I definitely have is hand signs. I just don't know what I'm doing.
Oh no, I'm the same. In fact, you'll notice if I ever do hand signs for a technique, I always just make one hand sign to go with each word of what I'm saying. That way I can associate.
Ah, it's the Zordon head. I love that.
I can associate gestures and words.
And more circles.
First chevron
The life seal is
encoded.
open.
the other one, this is where the entire budget of the series went, just on these special effects.
Yeah, it's the eyebrows.
There was a budget?
It wasn't much of a budget, but we had a budget.
Well, there wasn't a budget. That because so we could have special effects.
Yep. If we want to be truthful about this, then I think the only special effect in here that sort of individually paid for was the eclipse clip that's at the end.
Yeah. I've only just noticed that during this entire scene when you're on the ground, these circles appeared and disappeared. First time I've seen that, and I've watched this a good dozen times.
Well, yeah,
You like any chance for an evil smile?
Evil smile. I love playing the villain. It's much more liberating than being the good guy.
Forehead.
Although I mean, you say you had a sore throat after doing all the speaking through the mask. Once you become villainous and take the mask off, I think you probably must have done more damage to your throat with all of that.
Oh yeah. Having to do the gruff voice.
Alzek.
Oh god. And more screaming.
Screaming, and cameo.
A cameo from what appears to be the 1980s.
It does look like a 1980s teenage show.
I just think anything recorded in the United States looks like 1980s.
That's because that's all we watched in the 1980s.
And
here we go, music and standing up and I think is that like the fourth time I've went, I'm gonna, just you.
I'm ready to do some damage. I'm not leaping into it just yet, but I'm ready.
In case something else happens. I mean, something's happened, but I'm ready.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't want to leap in and miss something else that's going to happen.
I don't want to jump in and help just in case someone needs my help while I'm helping.
Look at the gem.
I mean, we could.
That's outrageous. That gem. It's truly outrageous.
We could leap in and attack now and try our chance at finishing all of this, but it would be before the audience gets to understand any of what's going on. So needs must and all that.
What's going on?
Oh, thank you, Steve. Yes, that line is crucial to setting up the exposition.
Think of it like this.
An expedition of exposition.
One inside the seal, one act. The one inside.
I know. Alzek does love to explain things. I'm just constantly like, what's happened?
Because we have to keep the tension going. I have to make sure it's angry explaining. It's like I'm explaining what's going on, but I wish what's going on wasn't really going on.
You're forgetting something. You haven't practiced ninjutsu in 6 years. Your prowess is lost to you, and all the chakra in the world will bring it back.
Alzek. Ever the almost clever.
So much gruff. I don't know why I chose that to be the voice. It's like nowhere near how Gunn actually sounds.
Without a body.
Oh dear. Come out once again.
I think that's the most Scottish you've ever sounded.
Oh, thanks for that.
Any more like Jamie, you'd need subtitles.
That was a compliment.
And the last piece falls into place. How do you think Janku found the Rigo Eye in the first place? I reached out from the amulet with my mind, knowing that.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's hints of Scottishness in that accent I've never heard from you before.
The true psychic.
I think it must just be the gruffness of it. It brings out
the
Scott.
As soon as you start talking gruff, you're like, I'm a bad guy.
So are we saying that as soon as I asked Alex to play the villain, he tried to search for the inner villain in himself, and he reached to the core of his Scottishness to find it.
I can really complain about things.
Yes, so we're all very much enjoying the new series of Doctor Who. But anyway,
it's the eyebrows.
It really is. That's actually quite pertinent to this conversation.
Yep.
Eyebrows.
And white.
White, what am I thinking right now?
thinking. What am I thinking? Give me a moment to think of something.
No commentary, white screen. Well done, lads.
Well, I'm doing some talking, so that's everyone should listen.
Yeah, for everyone at home, this is the point where we ran out of budget.
Yes.
So we had to replace the rest of the episode with just voiceovers.
It's an audio play.
It's just a.
Oh, we've got the feedback. There we go.
Oh no, we lost it.
Oh,
No.
Oh, someone changed the channel. It's
Oh, it's all fuzzy. Somebody put the aerial in properly.
Okay, a little bit more to the left. A little bit more.
See,
to
now
the
it
left.
actually looks like we went to Japan.
Where is that?
Yeah.
There's me. Where?
I don't think.
Obviously, you know, banter and whatever else, but I unironically love that location.
Yeah.
Where was that location? I don't think I was ever there.
It is the shock horror. It's a Japanese garden, not local to Japan, but just down the road from my house, as it happens.
Oh. And
or down the road from where I was living at the time, and yeah, Japanese garden in a small little rainy castle estate in Scotland. Discuss.
Oh, Patrick, that was so fabulous.
He was born to play that role.
The leader of dead men. Whatever this is, we have
And his hair was the perfect level of fabulousness at that point.
His hair crossed many levels and types of fabulousness in both of his roles.
Can't be today.
Oh my god!
Backstory.
What day?
More recently, Patrick has finally just given in to the need to multiple hair changes and got a massive collection of wigs.
I'm just looking.
That's not even a joke.
I'm just looking at you lying on the floor there, Pete, and it's riding up my back. Hey, who dies with their boots still facing down? You think your feet would have rested in some fashion? You just pointy shoes.
I didn't mean to lie like that, but I couldn't actually twist my ankles very far with those boots on.
I didn't just find my
I should have maybe sprawled a bit more. That's what Khazad-dûn did. He did that just to mess with you.
I love
you find your father's body and... Sorry, Alex, go on.
I was saying, I did love how we had the separation with
find them quickly.
Leon's quite dark, serious backstory, and then this little expose, which is quite comical violence.
Yeah, it's the inherent weakness of half of these flashbacks being stuff that has never been seen before, and half of it being from the more comic-y end of the series.
I could feel my chakras beginning to react.
Case in point.
Yes, there are two thumbs.
But as soon as you take those glasses off, you lose like 5 years.
With my pipe and my ninja pole, I created a weapon with the ability to channel great amounts of
Yeah,
the strength to contain.
I'm still working on the ability to show how old I actually am in my face.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the last time I was ID'd for anything was about 3 years ago. This makes me sad.
I was ID'd on my birthday. This year.
Well, I've had that beard since I was like 13, so I've never been ID'd.
Well, and also because you're stupidly tall.
I'm not that tall.
You're stupidly tall.
No, you're small. There's a difference.
No, you're stupidly tall.
No, you're stupidly tall.
I'm only like 6 foot.
That
I had no idea.
That's not short at all. That is tall. 6 foot is tall.
I didn't say I was short. I didn't say I wasn't tall. I'm not stupidly tall.
Stupidly tall.
See, it's so annoying. He's just so much cooler than I am. Just by standing there and talking. I know that's the I hated this bit because this is where I had to fling myself about and ended up putting my hand in nettles.
Yes.
To be fair, I think I do a similar thing in my fight scene later on.
At first it looked impossible.
Just one of the hazards of filming in Scotland.
Oh yes, we've got the local deadly nettles.
This isn't the way it happened.
It's kind of like
turned up when he did,
a milder version of filming in Australia.
died. This is wrong.
So,
We don't have the creepy crawly.
Like many things could be a milder version of filming in Australia.
Leon, you can't trust anything.
Stripes, he's the most dangerous animal in the world. One bite of his venom and it'll kill me dead. I'm gonna go poke it with a stick.
It's an illusion. But there is one part you can control.
Apologies for that terrible Australian accent.
Yourself.
That's alright.
and here's when Alzek figures everything out.
Well, maybe on your screen, I'm a few seconds ahead.
Also,
You take the red
even,
pill.
Alzek's even quicker and smarter in your version, Drew.
Flashbacks.
Distracting visuals. Don't question it.
Bring change.
Oh, medicine.
Leon. Leon, you've got to take control. Gun is using
To be fair, I
elements
really do like
to
this
manipulate your surroundings.
scene
And
transition.
if you don't fight back, you'll die.
Yeah, I knew what it meant when I put it together.
Exactly the same.
I thought we needed a bit of show don't tell storytelling in an episode that's probably the most exposition heavy of them all.
You bore me.
Would be interesting to see what
Disappear.
we're left with if we took out all the
You're
scenes
in
that
my
did
way.
explanations from this. It would probably only be in like 15 minutes.
Ooh, cowboy.
Ninja cowboy.
Yep.
Are you the real gun?
Can be a ninja
Yeehaw!
As you think of
See,
it.
that was
I am
a
an
ninja
avid
cowboy.
of guns' influence on your mind. But
Never
my
do
thoughts
that
and actions are
again.
this,
I was trying to do the
say
yo,
that I am here.
and if I had a wood block, I'd hit it just like the.
It's your mind. You tell me.
Well, look, I mean, I'm not going to be editing this commentary, but I could add in sound effects.
There we go.
Yee-oh! Clonk, clonk. See, there you go.
I'll just leave a little note to myself. Peter, if you're editing this, just add a little sound effect in there. Thanks very much.
Indeed. Incidentally, I must thank you, Alzek. You've served me better as my enemy.
You
than
are
I ever did
such
under my
a
control.
magician.
I am. So I went minimalistic and ended up magician.
Ah, see what you did there.
Oh. The whole time you guys have just been talking, I've been trying to think of a word to describe Alex's costume, and Steve's landed on it spot on. Excellent.
To be fair, that's not the first comparison. I mean, I've worn that sort of outfit before, and compared to stage show
And
magician,
yeah,
I should
you
probably
have
learning magic.
you're less stage show, more creepy street magician.
I'll take that.
Shazam! Shazam! I have to thank you, Alzek. Now, if you'll close your eyes and look behind you, is that your card?
I didn't pick one. Oh yeah, sorry, wrong order.
But you will now.
Now I make your background disappear.
Yep.
The
Again,
magician's
just
greatest tool,
holding the sword.
green screen.
And smoke effects.
Magician's greatest tool is misdirect.
Kamehame wind!
I don't want to spoil the effect of Matt's performance because he does a fantastic job as Kazu, but he is nothing like that in real life. He's a quiet guy, but he's one of the most cheerful, friendly people you're ever likely to meet.
He's the Teal'c of our show.
Confused. Gun is confused.
I think I see the theme.
Oh, would you explain it
The
to us,
Wood
please?
Country Castle. Where you found the repentance you sought.
I haven't found it yet.
Sorry, Andrew, what did you say there?
Who's Duke again?
Someone else saw that in.
Oh, it's from Stargate.
I hope everyone did their, reading/viewing list before they watched this commentary.
Oh yeah, that guy with the coin.
Yep.
Wait, what?
The Jaffa cake.
Never done this before?
I don't like Jaffa cakes.
Now remember, kids, smoking is bad
Do-
for your health.
Does anyone explain their moves as much as you do?
No.
I hope not.
I'm pretty sure I just kind of run in and go, yell the name of a move and go, this'll hit you. And then hit you. And you go, well, you see, if I take this and I do that and I do this and I do that, then it'll have this effect on you. And then maybe this will happen to you. And it may hurt you, and I'm so sorry about that. But let's fight. Let's fight. Oh, he's left. Oh, he's left.
How many times should he have been hit in the time that he made the explanation?
It's just Alzek.
It's the way my young brain has informed my older self. I grew up watching chiefly two programs, Thunderbirds, which taught me that everything blows up at some stage, and Art Attack, which taught me that you must always explain what you're doing as you're doing it.
And you should always have one prepared.
Yeah, I was about
Oh yeah,
to say.
that too, yeah.
Here's a technique I prepared earlier.
And maybe it still can. But what is your
And obviously when you're doing it, you only do it quickly just to show them, you don't do the full thing.
Even when we last fought.
Stretching the reference a little bit there.
A little bit.
Oh, I always forget you're Spider-Man.
Wait, was that Spider-Man? Dark fire. Perfect.
Yep, just on occasion, you know. He's an
Just when it's
Spider-Man.
needed.
Man, that day was, if I recall, that day was absolutely roasted. Well, not this one, but that one.
Leon, can you hear me?
Are they completely separate days?
I'm pretty sure they
I know
were.
how we can close the seal.
Which 2 days, sir?
We're not in a good place to do anything about it.
This scene where you're explaining
We
to
know how
Leon
the seal
and the
was
scene with
created.
me. I'm pretty sure
The
those were
Tetraform
either on 2
Nova?
separate days or they were like 2
Alzek, even you
separate
can't be
points of the
thinking.
day.
Why not?
Even if we had the power.
Maybe
which
it's
we
just the
don't.
camera angle. I'm pretty
We'd
sure we
find
did all
4
the stuff
types
for
of
that spot
perfectly
all
balanced
at
chakra.
once. We certainly did plenty of hopping around that day, so it's quite hard to keep track of.
It almost looks like you're green screened into that.
And light chakra.
Look,
Not
doesn't
everything
it?
is green, Steve.
Seal is dead.
Green.
I said
green
it looks like.
Steve.
I don't know why we bother going anywhere, because apparently even when we do, it still looks fake.
Where do we get all the energy?
He's right, it does look green screen.
Stop saying that! Me and Alex travelled a lot that day for a reason.
Rest my case.
Scowl.
Even Alex looks green screen.
Well, that's the magician's effect for you.
Either one of us can claim the amulet's power.
There, look at how the sunbeam reflects off his hair.
I do love that jacket.
Very good.
Yes.
Took us a lot longer to get that choreography than I had hoped.
Why keep fighting? You're gonna die today, Alzek.
Yeah, you guys
Why not let
get the
it be
fancy
here?
sword fighting.
Surrounded
I get a
by
couple of
happy
wavy
memories.
hands.
Makes sense. Except this memory isn't mine.
What?
I've seen a lot of forests, it's true,
It's a garage.
but I've never seen that before.
Woodshed, close enough.
Dun dun dun.
Look at the right transformation scene.
Make us what we are today. Let them make us what we need to be.
That was a very nice necklace, that one.
Hmm.
I really did like a lot of the props that we used in this series.
Yeah, the prop that was going to be used. Sorry, Steve, what was that?
Oh no, just I was going to say I like this bit with the music and the cuts. This is one of my favourite bits.
I'd held on to this piece of music for quite some time. Really wanted to get the chance to use it. Oh, I love when the jazz piano comes in here.
Costume change.
I'll be honest, our costume changes aren't as fantastical as they should be.
I sort of get what you're saying.
There's not enough spinning and like.
Yeah, it's
transforming time.
It's minimalist in places. I suppose I was scared of getting the positioning all wrong for the transitions.
To be fair though, it's like it's still fantastic, especially the production, the editing of the.
I know this is an illusion, and nothing I do to you will hurt the real Cassidy.
I mean, it certainly worked out exactly as I was planning it, which is a big plus, as it doesn't happen as often as I'd like.
I think it's high time you started taking me seriously.
Like they have always liked these sections.
Rage.
Well, the fairy tale music certainly lends itself heavily to this bit.
Aha, we're equally as ineffective.
Wail upon each other with that technique that we've already plenty of times established never works.
You left an avatar to guard your greatest secrets from me, and now here I am, inside your mind.
Ah, so you are an avatar. You need to shave your head now.
Incredibly loud. The real you will hear me.
But I like my hair. So fabulous.
Silly question.
I like it too, which is why I want it for my collection.
Hear me through you.
And again
Now
with the
I'm
creepy.
here. I see the real
That's
you
alright.
as never before. I see your unsurpassable will to survive and everything you've done to ensure it.
Now see, if it wasn't
I
for the
see
plot,
this
I'm pretty sure Gunn would have shot you in the head by now.
This was the house.
Now,
of
the minute
grand
you
sense.
stop
But I'm so engaging right now.
Your childhood home.
Well, because Gunn within Alzek, when he hears Alzek talk, it's like hearing himself talk, and he likes to listen to himself talk.
Gunn does like to listen to himself.
Do not call me by that name.
This is
Hey,
true.
I'm on your side. Ryan Zeifler.
Does he do magic for himself as well?
Hate their children. I said stop it! But that child was a prodigy. Tuning level by the age of 9. And his parents never left him in any doubt that he was exceptional.
I want to assure everyone that most of these seemingly innocuous random plot drops here are in fact well established from previously.
Is life's greatest challenge. And life's
Well
greatest
established.
They spoke the truth.
Maybe not well,
Which is why.
but it's all at least at the very least adapted from stuff that Michael told me was supposed to be official plot canon, even if it never actually got mentioned in an episode.
Two of the most powerful ninja
We're
of
the
land,
expanded universe.
poisoned by their own son.
Well, we're going to be completely wiped out when the new set of movies come in.
Yep.
Because the great goal in life
New set?
is to stand alone.
Disney's the ninja.
And if others make you stronger,
Then alone you are weak.
Oh, but of course, you know,
there are no
because it's Disney, they'll have to do the same thing that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did. It's going to have to be the heroes.
If it's the power of others.
Survival is meaningless.
And remove
Unless
several
others
of the
perish.
weapons.
How true. Muster Iron Stance Jutsu. Cranium Core!
I like how you block his mind bullets with your arms.
My power will literally
I am a
flow from
mental
those who
construct
bear
at the moment. My arms are part of my brain.
Another scene change.
Well, this is no good.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. The episode's not that bad.
Just standing in that field, I just feel like something British humour is going to happen. Like you just start running away or something like that.
No, that would be too silly.
I don't like it here, Alzek. And you just start running away.
Yep.
Have you considered that might be the point?
Huh?
As a place that exists in both our memories, it could be a midpoint between our minds.
That's true.
Perhaps he's wondering
We
why you
couldn't
take a
ask for
man
better arena.
to a mind place when you're going to kill him.
Quite.
I dispute what Alzek's saying about they couldn't ask for a better arena. They're on a hill. It's very awkward.
Could have been flatter. We could have had an audience.
Less grass.
Yep.
Less poisonous nettles.
Backing music, anyone?
Iron Forge Jutsu.
See, now you're
Someone's ringing
Spider-Man.
the doorbell.
Action shots.
Camera work for the skill of Star Trek.
Should have just shaken the camera, really. Could have saved so much of the post-production.
See, now you're Venom, Alex.
Yeah, weak to the sounds.
Shh. It's a completely original idea.
Right, Alzak! This has gone
Oh,
too
he
far.
did it. My god, that actually worked.
I should have just done that from the start.
I know. Hold on. Wait. Wait.
Hold on. I'm just going to kill you now. Don't do anything.
How very Star-Lord of you.
Mind crush.
So
after everything we've been through, did you really expect me
See,
to
I'm a
hand
mental
you an
construct.
easy way out?
That's why he's crushing my hand.
With a mind crush.
Deadweight jutsu.
Yep, that was when my hand landed in metals.
It did look like you kept
yes,
it
I
above
did
the
wonder.
ground.
'Cause I couldn't remember you being thrown around too much that day, so it must have been a really unlucky point. But yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine. I don't know if it wasn't as bad as Steve.
Yeah, look at me. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Nothing like blocking invisible things. Ah, love that. Check me. Look at the face. Look at the determination.
Yep.
A few things ahead.
Yo, I always expect an explosion there.
You know this is pointless. Even if you win this battle, you won't be able to destroy me.
Reactor blast.
Even if you free your mind and reawaken, your
So how
problems are
advanced
only
is
just
the
beginning.
ninja world if they have reactors for you to name a move after them?
Well, Steve, I'm glad you asked that very in-depth question, and I have a statement prepared somewhere.
Advanced enough for reactors.
Yes, that's what they are.
That's what powers their ninja marines.
Yep. No, I mean they have a concept of reacting. They are you know they are aware of causality. And yeah, that's all they need to have a reactor. Maybe the nuclear reactor, in the sense that you might be thinking of it, came from the ninja version.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I like how the flashback had my shorter hair. Well, the flashback memory thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I just cut my hair, so when it remembered me, I remembered longer hair.
Because you didn't count on us.
It works, you know. Self-image is the one that he holds in his head is him with his flowing locks.
Gun, a tiny, insignificant little object that will bring forth your destroyer with all the power.
So does anyone else call Dusk's clone Dawn? Because that's that's my name for it.
I have just decided yes.
Yes, I'm also guilty of that.
Attack needs the perfect balance of chakra types. Even your opposite can't get things right, Alzek.
Except that hair wasn't mine.
Blazing white glasses.
Nothing quite like scenes in negative.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
I really need to decide on an accent. Obviously some sort of cowboy one, that thing.
Do you think it's the neck bandana thing?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Of all the things, I wasn't expecting that.
All the people who could have rolled up in this town. Wasn't expecting him.
This scene was shot like a good year or 2 years
Oh
before.
yeah, this was. I think this was maybe 2010. 2011 at an absolute most.
Yeah, so it was at least a good 2 years before this scene was actually.
Yeah, I think 2010.
In the flesh. Well, almost.
Yeah, fascinating stuff, I'm sure. But
Yeah, about that.
yeah, that's. I mean, it's just the weird way that so many bits of this were planned ages in advance and came to fruition. Other bits became impossible very close to completion time.
Yeah. There was a lot of changes. But even this final lineup was a complete change from the original plan.
Well, yes, I mean, well, an almost complete change, obviously, because of the available footage. It inserts Andrew in with the rest of us, albeit in his mirrored form. But yeah, just because of where everyone was at that point, Andrew's part got apparently reduced to quite a bit less than what it should have been.
It was also meaning like Patrick as well, because Patrick was originally.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, but see, the lineup's changed so many times. I forget what it was ever supposed to be from the beginning. If we go right back to the beginning, it would have been Yasmin.
Like I'm quite disappointed that for Dawn, he doesn't have Patrick's fabulous hair to go with the outfit.
Well, hey, look, if Patrick had started collecting wigs a little earlier, I could have asked him for one. How would that have been, Andrew?
That's my
favourite. Wear a fabulous wig.
You would have just
for
one.
No.
You would have grabbed multiple wigs, and every time Dawn appears on the screen, he has a different wig on.
Ah. Again, don't want to refer to future stuff too much, but you are in for a treat when Patrick makes a cameo in The Last Ninjas.
Oh, God.
Us yelling Tetraform Nova is one of my favourite moments.
Oh yeah, and
even just filming it.
One more person.
Yeah, because it was it was all of us there. I added Patrick's voice in post, and you can just about hear him there with the rest of us. But yeah,
It should be a happy moment, Leon.
Wanted authentic, epic shouting.
Why isn't it happy?
Why isn't it happy, Leon?
Why isn't it happy? Why am I not happy?
Oh yeah,
Bring me happiness, Leon. Where's my happiness?
This is the part I was
Bring
talking
me
about when you guys
sunshine.
carried me like everywhere. Don't leave the jacket. The jacket's fabulous.
I was the one that stood on. And that's not my legs.
No, you definitely look like a magician.
Yes, now those are the legs of the rather more rakish Sean Robertson standing on the pier. The only person on Earth, it seems, who can match you for skinniness, Steve.
Yeah, and you had him stand in for me, who's probably one of the largest.
Well, I don't know about that, but Sean's legs certainly stand apart from everyone else. Oh no, the fact is I had a let's call it a brainwave at the time. You know, we didn't have you there, but I wanted to shoot something to connect up to the footage that we're now looking at just now, where you were there.
Fun fact, everyone, they did carry me all the way from that island.
Yeah.
You should have saw it. I mean, trying to get onto the buses in Edinburgh, carrying a guy, it's
Yep.
not easy.
And would you believe it? Typically, only at the very end did we finally accidentally drop him.
Yeah.
Twice.
I don't know if obviously if people have seen the outtakes, but there's one point where we finally, the first time we lift them all up, we get them above our shoulders, and then everyone realizes I'm still wearing my glasses.
Yes, you were.
And we had to redo the thing, the whole thing. Had to walk all the way from the island again.
I forget whether that was before or after we'd actually managed to coordinate who was going to carry from where and which bits of Alex weren't supported.
Yeah. And I always remember that Alex's hair smelled lovely.
Yes, you did quite a bit of
Yeah,
hair
you said so, didn't you?
I did say so. It did. It smelled lovely. It smelled nice. I was lucky to get the hair.
Yep.
Yeah, to be fair, you could go on the other end.
No comment.
I did.
No comment.
Best I can say about your feet, Alex, was that they were very light to carry.
Yeah, I got the heavy bit.
Well, you're probably the strongest.
That's true.
There you go. See, that made him feel better.
Think about it. Jaiku fleet just did
probably the most brave thing he'll ever do.
I always think that when we do leave and he wakes up and he's like, they were supposed to be my new friends. Why'd they just leave me? This is why I always on my own.
Well, not gonna spoil what's coming up, but yeah, Jaiku does miss you guys, but not for the reasons you think.
That's because his aim's off.
And that wasn't.
Andy, what did you do there? You just wandered off.
Yeah, he wasn't originally meant to do that, wasn't he? Not.
No.
Yeah.
We reshot it where it didn't wander off.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize you.
Yeah.
I never.
No, I know. And in the end, I suppose, thank God you did, because otherwise we wouldn't have had a leaving scene for you. You would have just been there one moment and gone the next.
I've done that before.
My tailcoat.
I do that quite often, actually.
You got the tailcoat, Steve. What about the Superman belt?
I know.
Oh god.
That's the beautiful city of Edinburgh.
And he's got the sword through the back again.
No, the
stabbing people in the
At
side.
least it's physically held there by something.
We changed the position deliberately because I could actually put it in the back.
Tricky through doorways, though.
I'm back.
And his hair's
Guess who's
long.
back?
I'm home.
Back again. Leon's back.
I just noticed the strap from your chest piece had fallen down for that shot.
Bring him back. Do it again.
It's King Beard Facet.
Andrew, your old friend.
I hated that beard. It was itchy as hell.
It's all right. I think its last outing is imminent. As I speak, I'm going to wear it myself for one or two little bits, and then that'll be the end of the beard. As far as I'm
Dun dun
concerned.
dun.
Yeah.
Man. It was kind of a little bit emotional watching this last episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
The bit on the island's always very exciting as well. You always get very pumped up.
well, actually, I was meaning by the fact that I realized I wouldn't have to do any more filming for a while. That was just such an emotional thing for me. I don't have to go in. I say that, but then I end up getting dragged back for two separate series. Is what happens. You try to get out, and it just keeps trying to suck you back in.
Your Majesty. If you won't work with me,
Yeah, but we're very grateful. You know, I think we may have fed you on a couple of occasions when you turned up.
Yeah, quite a few times.
On my last filming day, just there, Michael had actually bought food for me, but then we finished so much earlier that I didn't even need food. And he's like, "You take it with you. You take your food. You take it home.
It's your food now.
It's your food. It's not my food."
My blessing.
And I went to the door and it was
bequeath
hanging.
unto you this food.
It was hanging off the door, and he was like, "I can't eat it. It's your food." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. I was also for doing filming with Michael 2 weeks ago, and it was like originally I was meant to be doing a full 8-day session, but I ended up having to cut it short. But we still managed to get through the 8-hour session recording in like 4 hours.
Excellent. That's efficiency for you.
It's always easier when it's still
without me. Although I seem to remember it was a very similar story when we did our location hop gun versus Alzec battle scene for this episode. I think I sort of planned just in case we would go on past 5 and we were finished before 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
It always amazes me how some days were well over and other days were well under.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's always gratifying because, you know, particularly if it's like the last day of a big run, and I have to, you know, preface it by saying to whoever's involved, yes, now this might run on a bit. I'm sorry, but on the plus, it's the last one. Really, it's the last one. Please don't hit me. And and then it just comes in under time, and suddenly kicking our heels.
I don't know how many times I've been told it's the last one.
Did I not wipe your memory after each one?
No.
I meant to do that. Oh. Okay, well that would be very annoying for you, Steve. I'm sorry about that.
The happiest Cerberus in the world.
Yeah. Oh, he was adorable as Cerberus.
But one of the title characters, and they didn't appear until like episode 3 of a 5-episode series.
Well, hey,
I think I was 4.
Yeah, there you go. Andrew didn't come in until number 4.
Yeah, that's true.
That Dominion was such a diva.
I really did love the minion fights.
Oh well.
Minion!
I got kicked so many times.
One minion!
I think I was one of the
minion!
fewest minions.
Nobody's listening to me, minion!
You played the fewest minions.
Well, that's
no, yeah, I think I played the fewest minions, yeah.
Oh, well, that must be fixed. I'll pencil you in for a few more.
Haven't been any.
Apart from Dusk, of course, who's been a sort of minion kind.
He's a henchman,
for
not
part
minion.
of his. Oh, yes, henchman, not minion.
Yeah, go us, Alec.
Yeah.
We commit.
No, I've never been asked.
Yeah, you have. You uncommitted.
Ow!
Oh, sorry, never been asked to do what, Andrew?
Be a minion.
Nothing.
Oh, I see. Well, I can only apologise for not giving you a nameless, faceless, pointless role.
No, they have names.
Oh yeah, of course. Pseudo names.
Well, I kind of still got me that's the last episode. I never realised how long it was actually till we were planning to do this.
It's like I remember when Pierre gave us the pitch. It was like, oh, it's going to be like 15 to 30-minute episodes, and then the series just progressively gets longer and longer. It's like the first episode 20 minutes, next episode 30, 45, and then an hour.
Yeah, and you do realise that one part was filmed in Glasgow. Just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, yes, sorry. Apologies. Please, no Glaswegians come round to my house.
I'll remember that.
And now I was at Carpenter.
Unless I've specifically given you my address, of course, in which case, feel free, come round, have cake. Yes, all the location stuff was done in Edinburgh, though. Missed out on the beautiful vistas of Glasgow. Right, as we are approaching the end of the episode, no one panic. It behoves me to thank you all very much for joining me for this commentary, and wish you all the best with all of your non-filming endeavours.
Thank you again for letting us be part of your production.
Same.
And making us look like ninjas.
Well, no, you brought the ninjadom for yourself. Thank you everyone for listening, and good whatever time it is for you at the moment. For us, it is good night.
Good night from me.
It's a good
night from him.
And it's good night from Andrew as well, even though he hasn't said anything.
Good night.
There he is.
Yeah.
Good night.
Go team.